Namaste everyone.
एकमक्षरं हृदि निरन्तरं भास्यते स्वयं लिख्यते कथम् एकमक्षरं हृदि निरन्तरं भास्यते स्वयं लिख्यते कथम्. This shloka written by Bhagavan, Ramana. Somebody came to him with a new notebook and asked him to write at least one letter. In Sanskrit, akshara has two meanings. Akshara means alphabet as well as the indestructible. So Ramanaji took it as indestructible. And he says, Ekam aksharam hridi nirantaram. This indestructible thing is shining, ever shining in my heart. How can I write it down? So that was the verse made by him, and he wrote that verse in that book and gave it to him. Anything he connects with absolute. That's the beauty of Ramana.
This akshara, alphabet or the word, there's a word in Hindi, there's a shabad, shabd. So many sects actually take shabad, word, as the primordial source from which everything has come into being. If you listen to Kabir, you listen to so many other saints who follow Sant Mat, they talk about first there was a God and then there was a word, Shabad, and then the whole thing came. Or from the silence a sound came, and from the sound everything came into being. So all these try to follow that word, that sound, and go with that. Bhagavan never talks about these things. He comes straight to the point. No stages, no external support. That is why his teaching is silence. You start where you have to end. And then whatever problems you face, you face. Stay as pure silence. This is the beauty of Bhagavan's teaching. He didn't go through any stages. Actually, he didn't go through any practice. It happened spontaneously in one go. In our day-to-day life, we come across people unhappy, suffering. And if you look into this suffering, most of this suffering is self-created. And this suffering comes from I, me, mine. I need this. I want this. People should behave like this to me. I am good, others are bad. All comes from I, me, mine. The day we question this I, me, mine, look deeply where I am talking from, we will hate this place. This is very ugly. During conflict resolution at workplace or wherever we work, we come across this issue between two people. Or it could be several people. And if you sit, you will find it is bad air. The frequency is very low. As if the atmosphere is all polluted. There is a pollution because of the chemicals, smoke, contaminant in the air. Which can cause physical ailments. But then there is another pollutant in our beingness. That pollutant is ego. When there are huge big egos in that environment, it leads to eruption of war. That same pollutant can be in a family where there are arguments, quarrel. In Hindi there is a word klesh. There is always some discordance, unhappiness, bitterness, no peace. Why this happens in family, in society, in country, in world? Only one reason. We nurture this devil in us called ego. We nurture within us, and then people around us also nurture our ego because they think this is the right thing to do. And then we have arguments with people who have ego with a different viewpoint. So they say the world is always in war or cold war. Only way to abide in peace and let others be peaceful is to give away this ego and stay in self always. Ego is in all of us, and pure self is in all of us. A seeker is going in a direction where the ego is dissolving and only self is left. And a worldly person is moving in opposite direction where he is only nurturing ego. If you talk to that person who has nothing to do with dissolving of ego, he has no clue about self. He will not understand this language of satsang. Path of self-inquiry is path of dissolving ego. If you see the word ego, it has to go. When this ego goes away, what left is God. When one E goes away, the D comes. Ego becomes God. Or ego goes and God comes. That God, that divine in us needs empty space. Kabir says beautifully, love lane is too narrow, two cannot survive in it. One has to go. Let's say in a business or a company, if there are two people, headstrong, one has to go, one has to leave so it can continue. But here it is not that way. It is one is cause of suffering and other is peace. When ego goes, then God stays. God comes. God manifests. It unfolds in us. But it only unfolds when it is an empty space, empty room, body without identity. When ego has died, when ego has surrendered, then it manifests. And ego continues as long as we have personal agendas about everything. Some people have 5 agendas, others can have 50,000. People have so many things on their plate, unending list. I heard a story from a friend about one of his relatives, how he got deep into spirituality. He was a businessman in India, living in Calcutta, belonging to Rajasthan, was doing a business, and he had only one ambition, that one day he will earn 100,000 rupees, 1 lakh. Whenever in his career he got that sum, he quit. He stopped working, he sold everything, came back to his village. And everyone thought he's a fool. He said, no, I decided that I need this or I want this and I got it. End of the story. Now I will just go within and will put all my efforts to find that God within. At least there was one desire fulfilled and end of the game. But here the desires are incessant, so many, unending. Only solution is to end the one who is desiring all the time. Restless soul. This restless soul, this jiva, is if you go deep with inquiry, you will find it is a myth, it is not even existing. It doesn't exist. We believe and so it exists. We believe I am the doer, so we get so busy. We don't know what is the stillness. Ego never knows what is the stillness. Ego knows stillness only when one task finishes and before you start other task, that period, a brief period. Hardly any gap between thoughts. Identify yourself with the blank screen, free of all thoughts, free of all names and forms. Who am I? Who is the one speaking from the body? Don't look into the story of this person speaking from the body. How his body is, what he does, where he was born. Ask yourself who you are. Who are you? Who is keeping you on this track of doing things? Are you a slave? Or you are independent? Are you in any type of bondage? Or are you free? And is this bondage external or internal? And if this is internal, because all bondage is all these thoughts which gives us feedback how I am feeling, this has happened, this needs to be fixed, I need to do this, I want this, I need this, these people don't like me, I hate them. Whatever it is happening, see this internal environment, which is our individual word, samsara, getting influenced by external word, and also question that do I want this I to fulfill, flourish and get bigger, or do you want emptiness? Do you want to be free from all these intrusive thoughts, or do you love them? Now neuroscience has found this network which is called as default mode network or ego circuit. Self-referential, self-talk, daydreaming, talking to yourself. These thoughts are actually self-talk. It is sheer madness because Whole world is suffering from this madness. We think it is normal. Ask to whom these thoughts are coming to. And ask this question, say to yourself, I don't want any thought. Don't come to me. And see what happens. Do they stop coming to you if you say like this? Do they listen to you? Do you have a choice in your thoughts? Who creates them? Are they only in your head, in your brain? Or they come from somewhere external and land upon your brain and activate your brain and feelings and emotions? What is our connection with these thoughts? Are they useful? Or they only serve purpose of suffering, makes us miserable, sometimes makes us proud of what I am, my accomplishments. Is there any life beyond these thoughts? Can I live in this body without thoughts? And can I be more happy without thoughts? These are most pertinent questions each individual should ask. Pause, reflect, contemplate. You will get all the answers. Answers are not in books or scriptures. Scriptures are written by people like you and me who have gone deep, found the divine within them, and told others. So others can also dive deep within and find this jewel. If you think you understand what precious means, then this is invaluable gift you can give to yourself. And discussing this, trying to bring beings in their own bliss can be the best gift. Rest of the gifts can increase their desires, boost their ego. But this gift is real freedom. Start spending time with your own self. Understand all activities are happening as predestined. Whether you act on thoughts or not doesn't matter. Activities will continue. But involvement with thoughts will keep this bondage alive. Thoughts are nothing but fuel to the ego. Ego is nothing but an I thought. It is just a thought which is never being challenged. The moment you look deep, scrutinize, challenge, Watch it, witness it with vigilance. It disappears forever. And then what truly is there shines. Shines in its full glory without anything else. No other. Non-duality means very, very profound message that there is no God separate from you. If you want to use the term God or divine or absolute, Brahman, self, Atman, none other than you. And all what we see is also coming from the mind, and we are beyond mind. Unchanging, pure self. Merge in it. Be one with this. This resides in your heart as you acknowledge it, respect it, have reverence for it, pay attention to it, remember it all the time, and dissolve in it. This is our true self. Understand there can be beings in this world who have zero, no ego, empty, only divine. So 100% you can be that, absolute. But there is not even one single person in this world who is 100% ego. You cannot be. It is only a covering, a veil on the self. Nobody can be 100% ego all the time in their life. We all come to that bliss every night in our deep sleep when there is no ego. If ego stays 24 hours, you will get mad. That is why sleep is so important. You can live without sleep if you have no ego, but you cannot live with ego without sleep. This poison called ego is so bad that we need some rest without it every night. Then why to keep it? What purpose has? It has only one purpose: to keep you in this illusion of Maya, to keep you in bondage, giving you false hope that one day all your desires will be fulfilled. And this unending list of desires never end. Only a jnani, one who is living in self, has all desires fulfilled because he has no list of desires. Desirelessness is wisdom, nothing else. Keep your attention on pure awareness. Only aware, nothing else. Thoughts will still come. Let them come. Our job is not to control anyone, anything, any thought. Keep your attention on pure silence within, not on thoughts. Like if you have a page with something written on it and your attention is only on the blankness of page, then you cannot read what is written and it does not disturb you. Soon what happens is, because of your disinterest in thoughts, you get into shunyata, emptiness, blankness. But blankness is full of bliss. This silence is God, the divine in us, as us. You are this divine, pure self. We are pure silence. Silence is the source. Everything comes out of it, including mind. Keep your attention on silence. Silence is the antidote to ego. It wins against all thoughts. It is the fire which purifies everything. Be in it all the time. This is tapas, sadhana, practice. Do with utmost devotion, faith, love, and respect. Absolute, who is attributeless, uses language of silence all the time to all of us. Start listening to it. Our work never ends. Life ends. Give up doership. Then you will never be bothered about work. Inquire who loses sleep, who is anxious, who is this I, who is always busy, restless, agitated. On deep inquiry, you will find there is nothing else but pure self, always in bliss. Pure bliss I am. Mind, emotions, thoughts, intellect, body, all are external, all are matter. I am none of them. I am only pure awareness. Consciousness, which is conscious of itself. Our heart is the most sacred space, safe. People make bunkers to hide when there is a war. This war is going on all the time of incessant thoughts. Heart cave is the best bunker. Always abide here. All external, internal, no disturbance can affect you. You cannot change the script of this body, but you have a choice. You can strike out your name from the role playing. Like you are there but not there. At level of self, nothing is happening. It is not escapism or running away from your problems, but ask this question: who is this me who is having a problem? And be what you are, truly what you are. in reality what you are, not the ego self, not the one who is dreaming all the time. All is self. Realizing in our heart, we realize it everywhere. A chair, a table, a phone are unable to realize the self pervading through it. And then comes human beings, whom we call it living, alive, intelligent. They also behave like table and chair and your phone. They also don't know this self. They can argue against you if you tell them. They can even kill you if you tell repeatedly, because they don't want to listen to you. They are devotees of ego. That is why sometimes we say, human being is just an animal with animal instinct. He does exactly what an animal does. He eats, sleeps, and has sex or indulgence, because all desires are only that. But he has potential to move forward, unfold. Human being has maximum potential to know the self. Some animals and birds have known, but that's an exception rather than a rule. Use this opportunity of human birth to go beyond this person to the realm of divine and know within and be free. They say only animal is born by illusion. And there is a word in Sanskrit, Pashu. Pashu means the one who is in Pasha. Pasha means illusion, Maya. The one who is in illusion is Pashu. If we use this definition, then most of us are Pashu only. Get out of it as soon as you can. Know the truth and abide in your bliss. What is the purpose of delaying it? Life is slipping away, and you can know the truth when you are in this living body. We don't know when this body will be dead. So many people die in their sleep. Anything can happen. Why to delay? Remember, this is an unending dream. We can get out of it if there is grace. And grace comes when we put efforts. There is some longing. They say God helps those who help themselves. Help yourself to get out of it, and you will get a pull from within. This is for sure. If we are a sincere seeker, help comes handy. Everything comes to us. Divine also wants to reveal through each and every human body. We have to create this space for divine to unfold. And that space is created when the ego disappears. Stay in witness mode, and it dissolves everything which is untrue, which is illusion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you.